YouTube, what's going on? This is CJ the Detail Guy. Just an update video on my wheels. I got the tires on them now. You might can tell the difference, might not. This is the rear here. This is the front. Of course, they staggered, so the tire sizes are a bit different. When I first bought the wheels and put the first set of tires on these, I went with 265 35 22. Those were way too thick for my wheels. And on this back wheel, with it being so wide, it left my lip uncovered. So I had to change my tires on both of them. So I went with the 305s on the back and the 265, but I dropped it down to 30 instead of 35. So I still got meat, but it's a bit slimmer of a tire. Let's get a closer look. All right, see that tire? And I had to go with the Lexani tires so that it would be a good fit. But it protected my rim. See, it got my rim covered on both of them. Well, I ain't gotta worry about my lip being hit. On some people's, they didn't get it. Let me show you an example of that. Hold on. On these wheels here, if you look at that rim, you see how you can see the rim? You see the tire, then you see the rim. I didn't want that, because that, if I hit a pothole or something, first thing gonna hit gonna be my rim. You can probably see it at the bottom where the rim is exposed. I didn't want that, so I went with these tires, and as you can see on that back, that tire wide. So that's the Lexani. I guess it's the LX20 series. I went with 305, 30, ZR22, the 105 YXLs. On the front, you can see the difference in thickness. This is a 10, that's a 9. But on this tire, I went with 265 30 ZR22, 97 width XL tire, right? So they covered my wheels pretty good. I test fitted on the car the first set that I had, and you'll see that in the video. But since then, I have changed the tires to these and then test fitted it again. So it helped me out also, especially on this front one, with what I had to trim off of the fender of the car to get that seam, or to get this tire to fit and have turn ratio without hitting nothing. Once I came down from a 35 to a 30, it cleared to where I only had to trim off a small amount on the front fender, and then on that frame, I didn't have to hit the frame at all, with this being a 22. I ain't have to hammer the frame. I didn't have to do nothing to it. I got full turn ratio on both sides. All I had to do was trim the fender, the front fender. But like I said, I did it in the midst of the body work getting done. So you won't even be able to tell that I trimmed the fender, because it still has the factory lip on it where I can screw my chrome trim back into it. It still also has the lower portion where I can screw my fender well plastic covering back in and not miss any parts. Let me show you on this cutlass. If you look at these cutlasses, right here, you see it got a screw all the way around. Then when you look inside, hold on, let me get a light. Let me get a light so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. If you look, you see how it has the lower portion of the fender well there, that plastic part. Let me sit that there. This lower part right here. Then you have this section, which is part of the fender well. Then you have this part here with the lip that has the screw points on it. So you can put your trim back on, screw your trim in. So by me getting that done in the midst of the body work, we trimmed it forward to where we needed to trim, and we kept this section of the fender, and we just brought it to match and welded it, sanded it, did all the body work and stuff to it, where you don't even know that's been worked. The under portion here is also a lip here. Maybe you can see it. You see that screw right there? That screw is your frame, is a part of your, what holds your fender in place. I see some people where this part flaps. This part is flapping because it's a bar, and this fender plate right here, it's a bar that's usually right here that goes from here to your to the frame, and it locks this in place to keep this from flapping all over the place. And you can do that with that screw point under there. That screw point. Maybe you can see it. That screw right there. You see it? That screw right there. With that screw, you can screw and lock everything in and to keep this from flapping. But you can put your trim back on, you can do everything. So with that, on those wheels, it was hitting ever so slightly on this corner. It was hitting this corner right here on both sides. So I just pulled out what we needed room space wise, made it even, fairly even, and we just welded it back together with this section so it could still put the fender chrome back on, screw it back in. You never know it was there. And we got full clearance. All right, and I can still put my wheel well back in, that lower plate right there. I can put that back in where it ain't a whole lot of splash going forward on my lights and all that. A lot of guys, when they put them big wheels in, they got to cut all that stuff out. Cut all that out. They got to come back here, cut all this out. Then they got to cut the frame all up and all that stuff. I thought I had to do that myself at first. But once I did this front part and went with the right tires and the right offsets, I don't got to touch that back frame. It was just right here. Once I got that straight and done right, the wheels fit perfectly. So it's a perfect match for me right now. I'm happy with the setup. The car has been lowered. So the way they look in the video when I test fitted it, it don't look nothing like that no more. It has a squatted kind of cock look to it. I don't have no air in them back air shocks, but it sits perfect. Once I get the frame notched on that back, I have full clearance all the way around the tires on the back side with that 10. So I'm happy with that. It worked out good. The tires look good. Now the crazy part is when you're looking at these tires, it kind of look like one bigger and one smaller. That's just that offset, the natural offset that it has. That's still a 22. That's a 22. That's a 22 by 10, 22 by 9. Front, with the front spacing ratios. That's why they look different. Like, matter of fact, let me show you. And this is what I like about Billet too. Because when they sent them to me, they wanted to make sure I put them on correctly. But they do this on all their wheels. Look at that. Hopefully you can see that. They put on there what the wheel is with the spacing. 22 inches, DTOP, left rear, all of that stuff. So you see the spacing on this one. I got 10 on the front. I got 6 on the front, 4 on the back. That's the lip. 6 up front, 4 on the back. This is the front. The spacing is different. It's a 9. So I got what? 3 up front, 6 in the back. Look where the actual face is now. And Billet, what I like about what Billet does, and this is why I like these wheels, I don't like 3-piece rims. They leak, get all jacked up. They leak all the time. That's all I hear people, hey, they leaking, they leaking, they leaking. These, they're welded, same type of materials, billet, forged, all of that. They just welded instead of putting rivets and buttons to where you can take the face out. With these, if they bend or whatever, you still can get a new barrel. You just got to send them back to billet and let them cut the weld, re-weld the new face in there. I like that, but they do the same thing on the fronts, so you don't get it mixed up. They put the spacing on there. Hopefully you can see it, and they let you know what's right, what's left. If you can see that, it's the left side front with the spacing. Y'all see that? Left front with the spacing numbers and everything, 22 inches. Got everything. 6 back. See that? Everything on there. So all the codes and numbers, if I need to tell them I want to build another wheel, all I got to do is look on here and get those numbers. Give them those numbers right there. They can get me straight. Same thing. Give them those numbers and they can get me straight. Easy, right? And the wheels is dirty because I done had them in the body shop. And of course, being in the body shop, I got that dirt and body shop dust all over them. So that's why they look like that. These wheels haven't even been rolled on yet. Like I fit them on and took them off. Let them sit on the car for a couple weeks, then took them off. So they ready. They nice wheels. I can't wait to put them on the car and actually ride on them. But like I told y'all, these wheels are extremely light. So it's like with the type of motor that I built for this car, transmission, the torque converter, the drive, everything, the whole drivetrain, it's gonna swing these. You gotta remember, I got 411s in the rear, 4L80, a 6.0 built, sloppy stage 2 cam, forged pistons, forged rods, flat top pistons, aftermarket heads that's been ported. I mean, I got, 11-to-1 compression on a stock block, basically. You know what I'm saying? So you do the math on how I got that thing up now. So it's running. These wheels going, these wheels going to basically get snatched around, on the road. So just an update on my wheels. This CJ the detail guy, excuse me for all the sneezing, but these the tire sizes again if you need them. That's 305, 30, 22, ZR22, and these are 265, 30, 22, 97 width XL. Same type of tire, the LX20. You see they got the same tread. That was one of the hard things too. They had different sets of tires, but they didn't have the same tread. So I had to hunt to find the same tread tires for a while. A company out here called #Chrome, they ended up finding them for me. So I got matching tires, or else I would have had to do the 2 different tread patterns for Lexani on the car. So that was dumb. It was the same brand, but 2 different tread patterns. So I didn't want that, so I waited and I got these. So I got exactly what I wanted. So this CJ the Detail Guy, just another update on that 83 Cutlass, man. It's coming along. Like I said, there were the wheels. Y'all see how they looking. So I'll catch it back when I get another one. Gone. Oh yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's CJ the Detail Guy. I'm back with another video. Just an update video on the 83 Cutlass. Today what we talking about is parts from Goodmark. So I had to get a bumper, rear bumper. I told y'all you can get these bumpers. Goodmark is where you can get those from. What you do is you just take your old bumper and undo all the screws all the way around the whole top side. Undo all the screws. It comes right off of this portion here, which is the bumper holder that connects to the actual shocks on the back of your car, your impact shocks. So you just bolt this back on here and you're good to go. This bumper bracket here, I had to treat this one with the rust stopper and grind out as much of the rust as I can get off of it. Because what happens is these, they corrode. You probably can see some of it there, some of it down there. They corrode, and being that they laying up against this chrome piece here, basically it eats through this. So then you gotta replace that part too. But the part number for that is, let's see, what the part number at for it? It's upside down. That's the part number for it. I got it from Parts Geek. Just dealing with whoever can get me the best price and get me the product the fastest. But that's the part number for it. If you need it, look that up. But you also know that these bumpers come with chrome pieces here as well. So I bought those pieces brand new also. They still in the package. They come with the bolts to screw them down, all that. But this is the part number for those. That's the part number for that. So, you know, that's the back half of the car, brand new. Now, the front bumpers, that's another story. Trying to get those, you just got to find a car that has a decent one and just try to polish it back to, you know, a decent shine. Or you can get them and take them to a chromer and get them to chrome them for you. But the best price I got here in Virginia was with a guy out in Fairfax. I think he was charging me, I think $850 per bumper, which it probably ain't a bad price, but I just ain't want to pay $850 at the time for just to get the bumpers chrome. So all I did was, and let me show you. Let me walk on over here. One of them I had to get rid of. Oh yeah, and I had to get two of those chrome bumpers. You can see one of the old ones here. And this one got a whole hole in it right there, straight through, dents and everything. So I got another one here. Another shield right there. And then this is the front bumper here. So all I did with these was I just polished them up real good. I got another one back there. I just polished them up good. This one here, I painted that one because that's going on that 442 over there. So that's going to be a painted bumper anyway. So this is the front clip to the one I'm building right there in the middle, that other 83. But these are hard to get unless you find you a donor car. They don't sell just the chrome face the same way they sell these. You can't even get close to finding one. So the only thing you can do is just find a company that sells parts, a junkyard, somewhere that got a car, and see if you can find a decent one, a decent front bumper to use. Because all the rest of them, you know, they're gonna have a little bit of rust or whatnot on them. So you're either gonna have to, you know, get the rust fixed and try to get that area, or get it re-chromed, or just find one that don't have no rust, it's in tip-top shape, and that's tough. And I think all the people who selling those, the complete unit though, with the new chrome, with the chrome and with the bumper holder, I've got $750. I got different prices like that, but you might be buying a bumper that still got rust on it. So that one's a toss-up. You got to figure that out for yourself. But again, these are the part numbers for the bumper. What you call these? The bumper guards. That's the bumper guards part number. All right, and this is the actual bumper itself part number. All right, and that's through Goodmark. Through Goodmark. Both products are through Goodmark, so yeah, it's through, both are through Goodmark. So get them a shout. But it's just an update on the 830s. Y'all see my car still not here in the shop. Just dealing with that situation. Today was a climax day. I'll probably talk about that in another video, but just want to give y'all an update on some of the things that I have been collecting and, you know, putting to the side, waiting to get my car back. So I go to bumpers, nice chrome bumpers. So I'll check back with you when I got some more. This CJ the Detail Guy. Gone.